Hello and welcome back. So today we will discuss this topic here, preposições de tempo. So time prepositions. Time prepositions in general, they are always tricky, all right? So I said this many times already on level A1, and I'm going to reinforce this idea. I still struggle. I've been using this language, the English language, that it's not my mother tongue. I've been using this language for many years, and I still struggle with prepositions in English. And very often, I don't know which preposition I have to use. Like, John is at the bar, in the bar. It's hard for me to know which one I have to use. And if for you, it will be exactly the same problem, but in Portuguese, obviously. So this words like in, on, by, through. It takes years and years to be perfect with this kind of words. So now that I said this and then I reinforce this idea, I'm gonna tell you that I'm gonna show you um, a list of preposições de tempo, so a list of time prepositions. And I think it's important for us and it's important for you to read and to follow my explanation. But I don't think that you have to memorize everything that I'm going to show you now, okay? If you want to try to do that, good luck. I think you could do that in case you have an exam tomorrow and you have to memorize all this information because tomorrow you have an exam. Uh, but if you are in real life, it's impossible for you, or it's nearly impossible to memorize all these rules and then try to apply these rules when you're talking to someone in Portuguese, okay? I don't think it works like that. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to show you all the prepositions that we have, and then by the end of this lesson, I'm going to show you 6 or 7 or 8 prepositions that, in my opinion, you really have to know them by heart. Okay, so, but let's start with this preposition here, preposition a. So as you can see, we have already here loads of different rules. And I think it's important for you to read to get an idea. But once again, you don't have to try to memorize everything that we have here, okay? So just go with the flow with this kind of content, okay? So let's see. We use the preposition a to talk about this, horas. So talk about the time. Eu começo as aulas às 8 horas. So I start the lessons at 8 o'clock. In fact, when we talk about time, it's almost always às, right? We say às duas, às três, às quatro, às cinco. And then we say ao meio-dia. So it changes from meio-dia, and in fact it changes again for 1 o'clock. So we say a uma hora, and we say a meia-noite. So once again, it's almost always às, but then for meio-dia it's ao, and for 1 o'clock we say a uma hora, and for midnight we say a meia-noite. Then when we talk about parts of the day, when we talk about afternoon and evening, we still use a. So we say à tarde, so in the afternoon, eu vou ao cinema, e à noite, so in the evening, à noite, à tarde, in the afternoon. So for these two parts of the day, we use the preposition a. Then, dias da semana, tempo habitual. So days of the week, tempo habitual, it's when you're talking about a routine, we use the preposition a. So an example, à segunda-feira, vou sempre ao cinema. Like on Mondays, I always go to the cinema. So a indicates like a routine. Another example, ao sábado is like ao sábado, it means every Saturday. So ao domingo is like every Sunday. So here we have a because it's a plus a, right? A plus a equals to a. And here we have ao because it's a plus o sábado, or ao domingo because it's a plus o domingo, or ao fim de semana. Fim de semana it's also masculine, so it's a plus o fim de semana, right? So that's why I have the preposition it's a plus the article, like here, às 8 horas. Às, it's a plus as. Ao, it's a plus un. So this is at the midday, right? This is a plus as, so at the 8 o'clock. So you know already that when we combine these prepositions with these articles, we get this kind of combinations. And the last one, horas, dias da semana, fim de período de tempo. So when you talk about the end of a period of time, we still use the preposition a. So tenho aulas das 9 às 3. So I have lessons from 9 to 13 or to 1 p.m. So the end of period of time we use again the preposition a. Ele trabalha de segunda a sexta-feira. So he works from Monday to Friday. So the end of period of time we use the preposition a. Okay, one preposition more that we have here is the preposition de. So partes do dia, once again, de manhã. So if you want to say in the morning, it's de that you have to use. De manhã apanho sempre o metro. So in the morning I always catch the metro. Datas, talk about dates. Hoje é dia 16 de março. So 16 de março, 16 de abril, 16 or 15 de agosto or 20 de dezembro. So preposition de to talk about dates. Horas, dias da semana, so hours, days of the week, to talk about this. Início de período de tempo, beginning of period of time. Eu tenho aulas de, so I have lessons from, de segunda-feira a sexta-feira, so from Monday to Friday. Eu tenho aulas das 8 ao meio-dia, so I have lessons from the 8 o'clock to midday. So das, you know it's de plus as, right? That's why I have here this das, because we're combining de with the article that belongs to 8 horas. De plus as 8 horas. Then, horas, localização da hora numa parte do dia. If you talk about a particular time within a particular part of the day, so location of the time in a part of the day, we use always the preposition da. Ele sai de casa às 7:30 da manhã. So he'll leave from home at 7:30 of the morning. So da, de plus a. Eu janto sempre às 9 da noite. So you're using the because you talk about a particular time that is within a particular part of the day. So 9 da manhã. A different thing is to say in the morning, okay, guys? If you say in the morning, it's de manhã. But here you're talking about parts of the day. And here you're talking about a particular time within a particular part of the day. And in that case, it's always the. Like, eu acordo às 9 da manhã. Eu almoço às 3 da tarde. Eu janto às 9 da noite. It's always da, because I'm talking about a particular time within a particular part of the day. Then, preposition em plus article. Dias da semana, tempo pontual. Eles chegam na terça-feira. So they arrive on Tuesday. So we talk about that particular time. Is that I'm not saying every Tuesday. I'm saying they arrive on Tuesday, this particular Tuesday. So it's em plus an that equals to na. Then tempo indica frequência. Indicates a frequency. Este autocarro passa de 6 em 6 minutos. This is a very funny construction. For you, it's a bit strange, I know. But what we're saying here is this bus passes every 6 minutes. So if you're, or another example, os testes são de 3 em 3 semanas. The tests, the exams are every 3 weeks. So every time you say like, I go to China every 6 months. Or I travel every 3 weeks. So this every 10 minutes, every 2 years, every 3 months, we use de and then the number and then em. So de em. Okay, so I know this is a very strange structure, but that's what we use to say every 5 minutes, every 2 years, every 10 days, every 20 hours. It's de something em something. De something em something, okay? Then if you talk about mês, so month, mês, ano ou estações do ano, so month, year or seasons, we use the preposition em. So estamos em maio, so we are in May. Ana nasceu em 1977. So Anna was born in 1977. Estamos no verão. So no because it's em plus u. Verão takes an article, as you know. Two prepositions more. Preposition para. Talk about this. Localização temporal. Vou marcar consulta para as 4 da tarde. I'm gonna schedule a consultation for the 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So talk about that particular time. We also use the preposition para. And we also use it to talk about future time, tempo futuro. Para o ano, like for next year, or next, you just say next year. We say for next year. Para o ano que vem vou ao Brasil. You just say next year I'm going to Brazil. Eles vêm para a semana. They will come for the coming week. So you won't say this way in English. You will just say they will come next week. So, but use para to talk about future time. São 20 para as 5. This is to talk about time, okay? So we also use this preposition if you talk about time. It's like it's 20 to 5. So we use preposition para for this context as well. Preposition por. Por plus the article. We combine por with the article, and here we don't, right? Para we don't combine with the article. Para as, para a, para as. But por, as you know, we really combine with the article, and we get a new preposition for there from this combination. Eles chegam a Lisboa pelas 4 da tarde. So they arrive to Lisbon around, tempo aproximado, like approximate time. Around, pelas is like around in this context, around 4 o'clock. Eles vêm pelo Natal. They will come around Christmas time, tá bem? So we use por to talk about, to say around 3 o'clock, around Easter time, around 9 o'clock, okay? Período de tempo. Eles vão ficar em Londres por uma semana. They will stay in London for 1 week. So here I would say this is correct, but the truth is that sometimes you don't use this preposition and it's absolutely acceptable. So ele vai ficar em Lisboa uma semana, or sorry, ele vai ficar em Londres uma semana. This would be absolutely fine. So when you're saying he will arrive there for 2 hours, he will stay in Portugal for 2 years. You can use the preposition por, but it's absolutely acceptable for this sentence, for these examples that I just told you. If you're not using the preposition, it's absolutely acceptable. So this would be fine to say, ele vai ficar em Londres uma semana. Fine. Ele vai ficar em Portugal 2 anos. He will arrive in Portugal 2 years, but you say for 2 years, and this for 2 hours, for 2 weeks, for 2 years. This for in this case, we can use the preposition para, por, as you can see, but if you don't use it, it's absolutely fine as well, because we use it both ways. Okay, and now I'm gonna tell you that there are so many prepositions, right? Do you think that you have to memorize everything that I just told you? No. I think if you're gonna try to memorize that, that would be a mistake in terms of strategy, okay? Just go with the flow with this. Once again, if you have an exam tomorrow, yes, read this and watch this video several times, and tomorrow you have an exam and you will complete that exam, and then almost for sure that you will forget once again all these rules, because it's really important. It's nearly impossible to memorize all these rules, and it's horrible. It's an horrible strategy in my opinion. But there are like 6, 7, 8 prepositions that from this list that to use them so often that I think these 6, 7, 8 prepositions that I'm going to show you now, you really have to know them by heart, okay? And why? Because we use them every day, and this is always my criteria. If we use a structure, a preposition, something on a daily basis, I'm going to tell you that it's super important and you have to know it by heart. If you use them like once every 6 months, once per year, once per month, I'm going to tell you to go with the flow, because you cannot try to memorize everything, okay? So I'm going to show you, in my opinion, the most important time prepositions. Number 1, as. às 2, às 3, às 4, às 5, às 6, às 0. So at 2 o'clock, at 3 o'clock, at 4 o'clock, at 5 o'clock. We use them every day, okay? So you have to know it. À 1 hora, à meia-noite, so we use a just to talk about 1 o'clock and midnight. Super important. We use ao to talk about midday, so ao meio-dia. We also use it every day. De manhã, talk about this part of the day. In the morning, it's essential. We use it every day. Then we switch for à tarde, à noite. So we use it every day. And then the difference between this. Ao sábado, jogo ténis. Ou no sábado, jogo ténis. So, ao sábado, jogo ténis. This preposition a indicates a routine. No sábado, jogo ténis is like this Saturday, okay? It's one off. À segunda-feira, jogo ténis, like every Monday I play tennis. And na segunda-feira, jogo ténis. Once again, this indicates like na one off. It's just this Monday. À segunda-feira indicates a routine, okay? I hope you have enjoyed. Thank you for watching. I'll see you shortly.